Hi there, this video is about finding a balance between your arm weight and your thumb push in your left hand. This is in response to a comment from one of you who said that when they grab a lot with a really strong thumb, their left hand fingers feel really relaxed and loose. And when they use arm weight, which is one of the things that I suggest when they use a lot of arm weight, then their thumb is released, but their fingers feel really tight and clamped. And I can totally see this when I really cram my hand down. Yeah, my fingers, they don't feel like they can move. But I think balance is what is necessary here, as well as a look at how we use our hands in a slightly possibly more advanced way than I think what this initial discussion is about. When you are first learning the instrument, for sure, you need to play with your thumb in the middle of your hand. You need to set up your fingers so that they have really consistent shape, really consistent spacing all the time so that you can be putting them on and knowing where those notes are. And I like to try to not grab on too much with my thumb, but rather to find a balance. You know, to some extent, it's my hand coming together this way, and that part is a little bit about the arm weight, and this part is a little bit about the thumb. We do use our thumb. It's a fallacy to say that you should never hold on with your thumb, because we need our thumb for balance sometimes. But we are aiming to have it loose as much as possible, and here's why. Once you get yourself to a good starting setup on the cello, the next two things that you start doing are vibrato, where you're going to be moving your hand. And if you look at my vibrato hand, you'll see that my thumb is wiggling a little bit. And not only that, when I move to different fingers, my thumb moves. So if I clamp my hand, I'm going to use that word, clamp, if I put all four fingers down and I hold really tightly with my thumb, here's my vibrato. I mean, I literally can't do it. I can't move anything because of that clamp. So the other thing that we do on the cello is we shift. So if you haven't started doing shifting yet and you're trying to figure out how loose should that thumb be, a really good way to discover that is to slide your fingers back and forth. You don't even need to aim at any notes in particular. I think it's really helpful to go up to the curve of the neck. That's fourth position. Stick your thumb up there, but slide back and forth, because what you'll find is, again, if your thumb is cramped onto the cello or your arm weight is plowed down, you can't move, right? So we've got to find this place where we have just enough firmness to hold the strings down and be supportive in our hand, but still be able to do things like slide back and forth. If you want to do an exercise about that, you can put your first finger on top of your thumb down at this curve of the neck, and that plays a note that matches the open string. And you can go first finger and slide up, and you'll discover that that's the weight you should be using probably for everything. If I am too tight with my thumb, I can't go anywhere, or too heavy with my arm, I can't go anywhere. So I'm trying to find this place where I can move. Also, I like to kind of be in touch with what's going on underneath my fingertips. I feel the string, for sure, very strongly into my fingertips, but I also feel the fingerboard underneath the string. Just like a little bit of the fingerboard, kind of cushiony. There's a kind of a nice feeling there. Again, not cramming my fingers down, but trying to feel that, just that little pad of fingerboard underneath my finger. And then I can slide with that same idea. So see if you can find this little bit of arm weight, support from your thumb. And at some point you'll be able to get more skill and release your thumb more. It actually takes a lot of hand skill and a lot of muscle control in order to be able to really be relaxed on the cello. You're not going to be relaxed when you first start playing because your hands can't figure out what they're doing at all. But see if you can do some experimenting with moving around, seeing if you can find a balance where you are being supportive and strong without feeling like you're clamping. Good luck.